Good morning. Welcome, everyone, to our weekly podcast. It's a beautiful day in Fairfield. Thank you for joining us, and hope you continue to join us each Friday morning at 8:30 right here on RJ on the Air on YouTube. I'm Mark Turner. That's Claire Vaughn. Over across the way is Gordy Toombs.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
And it is a beautiful day in Fairfield.
It is a beautiful day.
Feels like a spring day.
I saw someone's comment yesterday on Facebook. I think it was Chastity Fry. She posted and she's like, "It is a beautiful day in Fairfield." I'm like, is she giving us a shout out or is she just stating the obvious? Because man, those winter days when you get a beautiful day like that.
I think that all started with Gil Wallace, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
That's what it's inspired off of. And my mother-in-law, Angela Vaughn, when I started talking about doing this podcast, she was like, "Hey, what about... It's a beautiful day in Fairfield." She said, that's what I remember waking up to, every morning.
Did, I don't care if it was raining, sleet, and snowing. Gil Wallace to come on.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day in Fairfield.
I know. I love it. I've heard some stories about it, like someone calling in and saying, to Mark Wells, right? And saying, "Does Gil know what it's doing outside?" It's like sleeting and carrying on, but
doesn't matter.
No, doesn't matter. It's a beautiful day in Fairfield, and we appreciate you coming on, Gordy. Like I said before we got on the air, I really haven't ever got to sit down and have a conversation with you. And I was at Rotary yesterday, and I said that to Chris Connard, and I said, he's a pretty talkative guy, right? And he goes, "Oh, you won't have to talk. He'll."
I like Chris stuff. He's
a good guy.
Very intelligent, and he's also, I think, a good musician. So.
Yes, he is. A retired musician, he says.
Yeah, he's a retired musician.
Is that what he says,
now,
retired musician?
He's in his songwriting era now.
Oh, really?
We're working on a song together. We haven't got very far.
A jingle?
A jingle. Basically, I think it's expensive whiskey and cheap cigars, I think is the title we're working on. Yeah.
Expensive whiskey and cheap cigars.
Maybe I got it backwards. I can't remember which one, but yeah. Anyways, they were excited that you were going to be on, and I saw you had a little banter with somebody on Facebook about you were going to call out JB Fletcher. You were going to call. He's like, "Hey, you think we should talk about you or JB Fletcher on RJ on the Air tomorrow?"
Yeah.
So,
he's a guy with problems. That's all there is.
He's an easy one to talk about.
Yeah, really. Of course, he's got all kinds of problems. But I mean, ever since that accident he was in, I think there's nights where he don't even get no sleep. He just still
God love him. That's tough.
That's just he's still here,
Yeah.
And he's creating havoc for everybody.
Doing what he can.
Yeah, I'm on his list, so
Oh, are you number one on the list?
No, I don't know if I'm number one or not, but I'm pretty close right now.
Yeah, you're working towards it.
I'm on the top 5, but I keep working, getting up there a little bit higher.
Okay,
that's awesome.
You strive to be number one.
Yes, just got to keep working at it,
Now, another thing I think I see on social media with you is where am I now, right? Where am I now, Gordy Toombs? My cousin Chris, my Uncle Jeff, I always see him kind of tagging you in that.
Anytime I do something like that, I try to put a little something in the picture, whether it's the menu or banner in the background or something.
Give them a little hint.
And, then we had one lady here a while back, she sent me a thing, said, "Where am I now, Gordy?" And I don't know. She was somewhere down in the boot hill of Missouri.
You're like, how am I supposed to know?
It's like, I've never been there before in my life,
It wasn't Lambert's? No. When I think of Boot Hill in Missouri, that's all I think about is Lambert's.
Send me a picture of a roll, and I'm getting that.
You'll get that, stuff like
Funny story about Lambert's.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I should really tell this or not, but I'm going to anyway. Okay. When we went to Branson last year with the kids and the grandkids. And they have a Lambert's there at Ozark, Missouri.
Right.
So we stopped in to eat. Mm-hmm. And the grandson is he's just catching right and left. Well, the granddaughter is sitting across from me, and she raises her hand up, and this guy he must have pitched for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
70 miles an hour.
It glanced off her and hit me in the head. Honest to God, it left a welt under her eye.
I bet.
Under her eye?
Under her eye.
Love her.
Yeah.
That's
so
funny.
we've decided we're going to get goggles for her for Christmas.
Yeah. When you When you go to Lambert's, you must wear these safety goggles.
That's right.
And we went one time with Mike and Roma Potter off down there and stuff, and you were hollering, "Hey, throw me a roll," and he threw it, and whenever it hit my hand, it just exploded.
Oh.
And hit right in the middle, and it's got so much oil and butter and stuff on, It had a great big old stain right down the center of my chest.
I guess we're going to have to go buy a change of clothes if
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
going anywhere.
Well, we did go in and buy a shirt.
Well, I was going to say, they do have a gift shop
Yeah,
that has
and
shirts.
we bought a Lambert shirt and stuff, and I put it on there. For
Conveniently.
Yeah.
My
they have
grandfather was good friends with Old Man Lambert when they had the small place down in Cape. Down there at Sykeston. He and him built schools back in the Depression. It was so funny. Every time we'd go in there, he would. My grandfather would call ahead. He'd come in. He'd have a table for us. Then he'd come sit down, send us home with one of them gallon jugs of sorghum.
Oh yeah. But we ate there a few times early, and whenever he was still alive.
Yeah.
And he'd come around. He'd have his apron on.
Oh,
You want some greasy fried taters? I said, well, what? He said, that's just what they are. They're just greasy fried taters and stuff.
There's no other way to say it.
They were good, and stuff like that. It was a good place to eat, and stuff.
That is so funny. Well, I want to get into talking about you a little bit all the hats you wear. Speaking of hats, Gordy's Machine and Tool. Yeah. So when did that open? When did you open that?
Well, let me see. I think I started Gordy's Machine and Tool in 1994.
Okay.
And we lived down in Springerton, and was running the restaurant there for a while there with my mother and stuff, Milcho's Cafe. And I thought, I think I could do a machine shop and stuff. And I was just going to work locally.
Right.
Do farm repair. And then there's some guys I'd worked with before at some of the industries over in Princeton. I thought, I can get jobs, and I make a few of this and a few of that, and stuff.
Well, start as like a little side job.
And it just kind of expanded, and I took on a partner. And then after we moved up here, and a few years later, we got to the point where somebody was going to die, me or him, so we just
let's split.
We split up, and stuff like that. But I've got guys out there now that work with me that's been with me over 20 years and stuff like that.
Wow, that's great.
And
you don't find that anymore.
No, and they're good. And I think a lot of the thing that helped us out, or helped Gordy's Machine and Tool out, is I kind of base it as family comes first. If because it ain't nothing for one of the guys to be at work and then say, my daughter's got a 100-degree fever, 102, and somebody's got to go. Hey, go
That's
do it.
Great.
And also in the return item is like, can you guys stay over tonight, a couple hours and finish this up? No problem.
Right.
And they're just right there.
That's amazing. That is great.
And here about a year ago, my daughter, which she's a first-class tool and die maker, went to school over at Wabash.
Wow.
And she knows what she's talking about when she's in there. She's kind of running an office. And her and a couple other guys there, Jason Hardy and Jason Riggs, they hollered at me last year. My daughter says, "Dad, you need to retire. You need to."
Yeah.
I said, "Well, I kind of semi-retire. It's kind of like your little baby. You started it. It's kind of hard to get." So anyway, I said, okay, and I said, me and her and a couple of the guys, we kind of worked out a deal. Okay,
Yeah.
And she said, I told her, I said, if you need me, you holler, and I'll come in and work for you at the phone and take care of the front office stuff. Yeah. She said, well, can you work Wednesday? I said, yeah, I'll retire today and I'll be in Wednesday. But it's worked out pretty good. They take good care of it.
Good.
And they do all the running, all the errands, and if they need a delivery boy, that's me. I go in there and do a delivery for. We put in a new machine here a while back, what's called a CNC. It's computer-controlled lathe. And we have other CNC machinery, and we do some pretty high-tech stuff.
That's awesome.
And the little lathe that we put in was like a $60,000 lathe.
Wow.
But
the little lathe, just $60,000.
And the guys that run it and stuff, Rich Carter, he runs that. And he does excellent work. And then Paul Brock Jones, he runs the CNC machining centers. And we do work, up to probably 20 inches, 30 inches, something like that.
Wow.
And stuff. So
very
we
cool.
do a lot of A lot of nice precision work.
Yeah. So CNC, that I don't know if you noticed the stairs when you came in. Chris Wise built them for
Okay.
me, and they are foldable.
Foldable.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
yeah.
can put them up on the wall.
Right.
And he used a CNC machine to make that. He got the.
Is that right?
Yeah, he got the information offline. He's like, you just plug it into that, and it cuts everything
Right, makes
for
all the
you.
cuts.
So does yours just cut metal, or can you
Yeah.
cut wood?
Well,
and other
we can do
things,
wood,
or-
but
yeah.
on ours, everything we do is usually either aluminum or steel or
Right.
nylon.
Yeah.
And we run a coolant flush.
Okay.
So you don't want to put wood in there and get it all that.
Right. Wet.
I mean, we've done a little bit of wood stuff, but it really messes up your machine
Yeah.
and stuff. So, but
Just do
but,
what
yeah.
you do, and yeah.
And I mean, I've had guys come in, and we've got some other machines that are super high tech. We got one we've had since 2000 that we gave $130,000 for.
Whoa.
And it's EDM wire machine, and it runs a little brass wire about the size of thread. And as this wire's coming down off there, it gets energized. Well, as it touches the steel, it puts out a little arc. Well, that arc is a cutting tool, see?
Wow.
And so it cuts through the material, and it's got new wire coming all the time. It's flushing with deionized water. You take all the stuff out of water, and it's non-conductive.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's flushing, keeping stuff cool.
Wow.
And and people will come in, and I'll say, well, you need to come in, and I'll show you. Well, I've seen them old machine shops. I said, well, we're
We ain't an old machine
no,
shop.
and I knew whenever I got into this many years
Yeah.
ago that if I was going to do something, I wanted to be on the top end of
Right.
things and do it
Right.
I mean, make the guys make stuff look good. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they try to put it right on the money, and it's just the more you can make things right, the less problems you have with it. If
Right.
the engineer sends you a print and you make it to the print and it ain't right, that's his fault.
Yeah.
It's not yours.
Right. Definitely.
But I mean, there's some pretty neat stuff. You need to stop out sometime
Yeah,
and
we'll
have
have
them show
to-
you or holler at me.
Yeah.
And but I mean, we're pretty high tech, and we can do some things for people. One guy one time said, "Can you build this gear?" And he said, "This is an $1,800 gear." I said, "Well, we can
We can
probably
try,
build it." But I
yeah.
said, "What's wrong with your gear?"
Right.
Because all the teeth were on it. He said, "Well, the keyway in the middle of it's all wallered out."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, we can cut you a new keyway with that."
Right.
Yeah.
That machine, because that wire machine, it don't care, and it don't care if
Yeah.
it's English, metric, whatever, like that,
Right.
just whatever you program it.
Wow.
So anyway, he said, well, how much will that cost? And I said, about $50-$60. He said, well, let's just go that route. I said,
Saved you
well, yeah.
1,700.
Yeah, and there's times we can do that. I
Right.
mean, you can save somebody money. It's
Right.
like, and that guy said, well, you can't do that because it's hard. And I said, that machine don't care.
Yeah, we'll figure it
yeah,
out.
it'll do it,
Well, that's really
So,
neat. Yeah, I never would have known that. I mean, you have a nice place out there, but on the outside, you wouldn't be like,
No.
"Oh, this is a technology," and
And so many jobs that you do, you may start out with one machine, and then it goes to another machine, and then another machine,
Right.
and then finally, maybe finished up hand detailing
Right.
stuff. So you may have run through 2 or 3 machines before it's actually ready to go in the.
Wow.
And you got to have the machinery to do it. Or,
right,
Yeah.
or you can't.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Well, another thing I love about your building is the senior wall that you
Yeah.
started doing.
Yeah. I don't know
how many years? Yeah,
I don't know. I
5
think it's been 5 or 6.
5 or 6 years
Something
ago.
like that. And me and Big J said, come on, we're going to put up a fake wall out here and stuff. He said, what for? I said, well, down at North City.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We come through there
Right
because
there-
we used to
right
horse
there
ride
on the-
right there on the,
Yeah.
And
the
I said,
main drag.
we just need to have something where these senior kids can put their
Yeah.
little thing on there. and
Their
stuff
mark.
Like that. So, and their mark, And, it's been Tammy Lee's a good friend of mine, and she said she was driving by the other day with her granddaughter Peyton, and she's I think Peyton is maybe a 4th or 5th grader, I'm not sure. And she says, I know what I'm going to put on that in my square whenever I'm a senior.
Already.
I thought, good grief.
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It may change a time or two
Yeah,
before then, but
And, Diane, she gets out there and paints it, and stuff. And,
yeah.
And repaints it every year and stuff. And that's where also I'll sit in the back of the pickup truck after we down to the end, and I'll video and try to get my feet in there. That's where J.B. Fletcher comes up with all this crap, and I'll video my feet.
Working hard,
and
yeah.
dying to, about to finish up there and stuff like that. And
someone has to
Yeah.
supervise.
Oh, yeah.
That's been a running joke for a couple of years now.
Yeah, and
You
I'll
know,
be mowing.
does Gordy ever do any
Yeah,
work?
Yeah, and I'll get to mowing, and Diane will come in there and stuff. And I said, "Here, Diane, you mow. And stuff. You
Yeah.
got 3 strips left to go now."
You finish
With a
off for me.
self-propelled mower, and I'll video her. And then people take pictures of me if I'm out there mowing.
Yeah.
So you do mow?
You
Well,
do.
yeah. Diane was in the hospital and stuff, so I had to fill in for her, or something like that.
She'll be back at it
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, she'll be back at it. Yeah.
That is great.
Yep.
Well,
Now you do a lot of traveling.
yeah.
Well, we try to, and we like to go to Florida every once in a while and stuff, or somewhere. I don't know where. You don't know where
I
we're
see,
going to
I
be
see
at. and
pictures
stuff.
of you everywhere driving
Yeah.
that big black car.
Yeah, we like
Was
to
that
go
a
to the car
55?
show, 55 Chevy.
55, yeah.
We like to go to car shows and stuff, and they're pretty fun. I mean, they're kind of weather related. It's like,
Right.
can we get out this weekend?
Right.
And we do go to Bowling Green in that car. They have what's called a Tri-Fi Nationals down there, and it's I think in October. Is that right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Of every year. And it's there'll be like 3,055, 56, 57 Chevrolets.
Wow.
Only those cars. And it's just fun. And first time we went down there, this guy come up and says, "Now don't expect to win with your car." I said, "Fine.
Okay. I'm just here for a good time.
I'm
Yeah.
just here for a good time and to see some of the other
Yeah.
cars." But when you see some of these cars come in and they're $130,000, $40,000, $50,000 cars, in that era, that somebody's put that much money into it and stuff. That's
So is yours one that you actually do drive it down
Oh,
there,
yeah.
or do you
Yeah, we
haul it?
drive.
You drive it?
We drive,
Nice.
yeah. Yeah, we don't like to put it on the trailer
Yeah.
unless it has to be, if it ain't running right or
Yeah.
breaks down or something happens.
How long have you had it?
I built one back in probably 2000, and I sold it. I had it for about 8 or 9 years. I'm tired of this. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And then I got rid of it. And then after I got rid of it, I thought,
I really
well, I
want
wish
it.
I had another one. So we've had this one here probably about 7 years, I imagine. Something
Okay.
Like that,
Wow.
And we've done quite a bit of work to it. The body was real good. Paint on it was real good.
Mm-hmm.
And the interior was nice. And then we did a bunch of, I like to have it where it's roadworthy, where if you're going
Right.
down the road, at least the speed limit or more,
Yeah.
that
It's a
Or
smooth
more.
ride.
it's a smooth ride. The wheel don't fall off and go down
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So that's kind of important,
Wow.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
But I mean, yeah, it's a lot of fun to, and me and Diane, since we're kind of both retired, we thought about maybe doing a few trips, talking to people, and we're thinking about, I don't know when we're going to go, but we're going to go to the Biltmore.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I've never been there.
That'll be fun. It's such beautiful country down there, and yeah, the Biltmore itself is.
It was awesome.
Yeah, that'll be an experience.
But I mean, a lot of people, I mean, there is places to go throughout the world, but I mean, we've not seen everything in the United States yet.
Exactly. Yep. That's my first bucket list is all 50 states. And even then, if you see all 50 states,
Yeah.
you still could go back to each state and go, think of Illinois and Chicago versus, Shawnee National Forest. It's two completely different worlds.
And friends of ours, they went to and took pictures of, I think, Sedona, the area out there, and the different colors of the rock formations. Just like, wow, that's
Right.
in the United States, and I don't have to get a,
Never been there,
Yeah.
and yeah.
I don't have to get a passport.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of Illinois, I've talked to people that live not too far from here, have no idea the Shawnee Forest is
Oh,
down
right.
there.
Yep. Yep. But I mean,
know.
every time you're out somewhere, we go down to Florida, and people, where are you guys from? We're from Illinois. Oh, Chicago?
Yeah.
No, we're not from
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Chicago.
Never fails.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Oh, you're from Chicago. No, Southern Illinois.
Yeah.
Oh, Springfield.
Right.
Peoria.
Champagne.
Yeah.
Farther.
Yeah,
Farther south. Yeah.
And we used to ride horses for 7 or 8 years down the Shawnee National Forest.
Oh, nice.
And, you can drive through the Shawnee National Forest and you can see some really pretty views, but when you get on a horseback,
Oh, a whole nother world.
oh yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's just, there's rock formations out in there and cliffs and bluffs. And, I mean, it's beautiful.
Even hiking too.
Oh, yeah.
Same way.
We, I was just talking about that with my husband during fall. One of our things is we want to go to Northeast and go to, in the fall, and go see the leaves. Everyone talks about how beautiful it is. Well, we're driving down through Shawnee National Forest, and I'm like, we really have it good here. I
Yeah.
mean, it's gorgeous during the
Exactly.
fall time. and into Kentucky and into Tennessee.
Right.
I mean, the whole area is just beautiful.
And we would, whenever we was horse riding down there, we'd stay at Double M Campground. We had a permanent site there. But I mean, there'd be people come in and we'd say, hey, where are you guys from? Well, we're from Kentucky. It's like, don't you have any trails in Kentucky?
What brought you here? I mean, we're not mad about it, but
not like these is what they'd say.
Wow.
And people from northern Indiana, of course, I guess it's kind of maybe a little flatter, a little stuff up that area. And there'd be people up there that would drive all one day to get to the Shawnee, ride for one day, and then drive back on a Sunday just to have one day of riding down there in the Shawnee National Forest.
That's crazy, and we take it so for
Oh,
granted.
yeah,
you know?
It's like, But I mean, a lot of people, even around here, they go down there and they take the hiking trails. I think one of my friends out there at the hospital, Stacy McGill, she does a running thing down there where there's like 6 or 7, 8 on a team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they run certain legs of the team and they run certain
Can't
legs.
think what that's called,
It's like
but
the race across the
something.
Yeah. And she'd probably be a good one to have on your.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be surprised what goes on. I mean, I know people who have hiked the entire width of the state.
Yeah.
I think there's a garage. They always talk about the garage sale.
Oh yeah.
There's one that goes from Cave and Rock to East Cape Girardeau.
Yeah.
Down that way.
And I think there's a quilting trail
Yeah,
too.
there's all sorts of stuff.
And Bob Ellis.
Yeah.
The
Bob Ellis, works with
Senior?
us, yeah.
Or-
Senior,
Yeah.
Bob Ellis Senior. Him and his son used to go down there all the time. They
Yeah.
would spend 3, 4, 5 days.
Yeah,
down there
that's the
doing
guy I was talking about.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah.
hiked the entire
Yep.
width of the state.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how we got him on Mule Nation, Bob Jr.
Bob Jr.
was because
Yeah.
he worked out at the college and he
Right.
told Double D that he had some camera experience.
Exactly.
And that's what it was from, was
Exactly.
just from recording their trips, and they had a YouTube channel. And
Yeah.
I mean, how cool and what a fun father-son experience to have.
I mean, he would log that in a lot of times and post it on Facebook. that,
Yeah.
Well, today we traveled approximately so many miles. And it's like, wow.
Wow.
And it's like, they did that down in Southern Illinois.
Yeah,
But,
it's so
yeah, I went to
neat.
school with his dad.
Oh, really?
Dad,
Okay.
Bob Ellis.
Yeah.
And there were Barry's towing service is. That used to be Ellis's.
Really?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
He built that brand new back in the
Wow.
60s,
What kind of business did they have?
It was a filling station.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a filling
okay.
station, yeah.
Wow.
And then I think he also did automotive repair and
Okay.
stuff like that.
So they're originally from Fairfield, and then they
Yes, they are.
relocated to
Yes, they are.
Edwards County. See, that's Bob Jr. He roots for the mules because
Sure, yeah.
he's on Mule
Yeah.
Nation. He's a little torn, when they're
Whenever
when
we
it's
do.
Edwards County.
Yeah.
You hear the struggle
Yeah,
in his
yeah.
voice, like he's trying to figure out who he's supposed to be
Yeah,
cheering
I've heard him
for.
make a few things on there like, I was
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell he is from.
Yeah.
And doesn't he a teacher? Isn't he?
He is.
He's a teacher over there.
He's a
I mean,
teacher over there.
Oh.
Steel Bob 3.
Oh.
That's always chats in on the live chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Anyway, I've always liked this area around here and stuff. I was graduated grade school in Fairfield. And I went to Sam's grade school for a few years, and my grandparents all lived in the Mill Shoals area.
Okay.
So then I went a half a year my freshman year at Fairfield, and then we moved to Mills Prairie.
Oh,
And that's
really?
where I graduated Mills Prairie High School. So I'm a Mills Prairie alumni. And stuff like that.
Okay.
But I mean, one thing I did like about going to school down there, I mean, great little community in school. There was like 70 students in the school.
Real
you
small.
knew everybody.
Yeah.
And you knew if there was problems. If there was,
Right.
stuff like
Right.
that. It was a great school, and stuff like that. You just hate seeing the high school deteriorate like it is. And,
I know.
it was.
It was a good place, good memories.
Yep.
It's always sad, and I mean, I'm 37 years old, but the stuff that I've seen that has been torn down or deteriorated in my lifetime, like my grandma is buried out at Richland Church out in Boylston. You go down,
Right.
and I went yesterday to put new flowers on her grave, and I was like, when did this church get knocked down? It's gone. And that's where I believe my grandparents got married. That's where they met. That's where Boylston Burt and, my grandpa Simpson's whole family grew up in that area and went to that
So
church.
you're a Simpson?
And I'm a Simpson.
Oh my gosh, I'm a
Yep.
Simpson.
Lindy is Lindy and Leanne. Leanne is my mom.
Okay.
So she's one of the twins. But
Right.
yeah, the Simpson. You're in the Simpson book then.
Yeah, I'm in the Simpson book. Yeah, my grandmother on my dad's side, she was a Simpson.
Okay.
So yeah, and she was one of I think 7 sisters. Yeah, and
Wow.
I think there's one brother in there and stuff. And-
Wow.
But I mean, yeah, and it was yeah, and I didn't know I was in the Simpson book till Raymond Woodrow down at Barnhill,
Yeah.
and here a while back he told me, he says, "Gord, you got a Simpson book?" I said, "No, I don't have one." He says, "I got one I want you to have."
Aww.
Really? He said, "Yeah, you're in there and stuff." And I said, "Okay."
Oh.
So
Funny
Yeah.
story about these Simpson books. So, listen, my mother has one. I think all of my
Yeah.
aunts and uncles have
The
one.
older ones.
The older ones,
Yeah.
right? And so I randomly got on Julie Shreve Auction Company's auction that happened over Thanksgiving. And I'm just scrolling through. I just, always think I need something. So I'm scrolling through to see what I need. And a Simpson book is on there. And I'm like, heck yeah, I'm going to get one. Like, I'm very sentimental. I would
Sure.
love to have it,
Sure.
right? And so I bid on it. At the time, it was $22 bid, which is just pretty high for, like, a lot of times stuff goes for $1, $2, $5
Yeah.
on there. So I'm like, all right, I'll bid 23, outbid 24, outbid. I got up to $50, outbid. So I text my mother-in-law, and I'm like, I want this book. I said, it's up to $50. What do I do? And I think she's like, bid 55. Maybe they did
Yeah.
50 or 51. Bid 55. So I bid it, and I was winning. I'm like, yes. 2 minutes later, I get
Outbid.
I get outbid. So I text Julie, and I was like, who is bidding against me? Is it one of my cousins? Like, who am I going up against, It was someone up in Chicago, which I'm assuming
Really?
is somehow in the book or,
Right.
related. And I ended up going up to $100. I think it sold for over like 125 or something like
Really?
that on there.
Wow.
And I had to call my sister. I'm like, talk me down, because she's the smart one with money, and I'm just like, I
Talk you
get
down. I like it.
fixated on
Yeah.
something. I'm like, I
Yeah.
need it. So now my
Yeah.
goal in life is just to pop around local, thrift stores
Right,
and
and
find
see
me a
if you get
Simpson
some
book.
book,
So, anyways, Julie's like, he bid on that, and he bid $50 max bid. And she goes, I just thought, that's crazy. It's never going to go for that. We'll see where it goes. And then she ended up selling it for over $100
Yeah.
bucks. So they are sought after, apparently. Me and
Right.
that guy really want.
Exactly. And at bidding on the stuff, my wife used to buy cookie jars,
Oh, yeah.
antique cookie jars, and she'd stay up late at night on eBay, and,
Get these cookies.
and bidding right there at the last
Oh,
minute and
yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. And we sent her to the Betty Ford eBay clinic. got her kind of lined out there
Yeah.
a little bit,
Listen.
But, yeah, and then also on my ancestry, also I got a Vaughn, A-N.
Oh,
Vaughn
yeah.
On
That's
the
me.
ancestry, yeah.
Yep.
And so we got everything covered, and stuff like that.
Yeah, right. Fairfield, you got the Simpsons, the
yeah,
Vaughns.
Simpsons and
You're
Vaughns
good.
and stuff like that. And stuff. So and I had one guy one time whenever we was getting ready to borrow some money for the shop and stuff like that, and Sanyo had just borrowed some money and then left this facility out there where the college is now, and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. And this guy says, well, if we loan you this money, Gord, how do we know we're not going to pack up and just leave like Samuel did? I said, if you get to checking, I've got a lot of relations
Yeah.
here. I said, Bonds and Simpsons.
You can
And,
find me.
And I don't really want to do anything to,
Right. Right. Hurt
No
that
venue.
name.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a local kid,
Yeah.
and stuff
right.
like that.
Right.
And and I like this town. I like the city. I like the Mills Parade down there and stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that graduated from Mills Parade down there are still good friends of mine and stuff. That you grew
Yeah.
up with and stuff. And they're just super nice people. This whole area, I think.
Yeah.
We moved down in '77. We went to Texas for 3 years, around Longview area down there and stuff like that. And it was all right, but you have no family.
Yep.
Her grandmother lived at Kilgore, and you have no family down there that you.
Yep.
And when you wanted to come home for a weekend, We'd drive 650
I
miles.
was going to say it's hard.
Visit for a couple of days and drive 650 back, and stuff. So,
I moved away for a while. I feel like if you go to high school here, you live in this small town, you just cannot wait to get out, right?
Sure, a lot of them do, yeah.
At that age.
Exactly.
And so I went away to school in Carbondale, and then I moved to Colorado for a couple of years, and I loved it. It's beautiful country out there. The people, I got to see different points of view that I'd never seen before.
Right.
I got to make friends from all over the country. Asheville, North Carolina are some of my best friends I made out there. But, you just, they become your family, but you just miss having people check up on you.
Sure.
It kind of drives you crazy when you live here. Like, everyone knows your business.
Right.
But you miss it when it's gone.
Sure.
Because there's people looking out for you. And people that are going to be there when you're down, like Mark says, they may be like cussing your name, but something bad happens to
They're
you,
on
and
your side.
they're on their
Yeah.
doorstep
And,
delivering something to you.
There's been some different situations where our family, other people's families had dinners at Flora Hall building. For whatever.
Right.
And
benefits.
and benefits and stuff like that. And it's like, you go out there and, I'm sorry, we're out of food. We've served everybody. That's all right.
Yeah.
We just wanted to come make a donation, and stuff like that. So,
People
it's
are good.
Yeah, people are really good around this area and stuff.
Yeah.
And, I know a little young boy that had to go and get one of them dogs, one time. And the guy that was telling me about it, it was his son, and he said, he said, after, I think, 3 or 4 months, they got the money they need for that dog, for an autistic son.
Aw.
And, he told him over there in St. Louis, said, well, we got the money, we got the funding. He says, really? He says, we got people over here in St. Louis that
can't.
have worked for 2 and 3 and 4 years to try to get enough money.
Wow.
And, but when you get in them bigger cities, it's like, you might know this person.
Yeah.
And you might know that one, but that's it.
That's
you
it.
just,
Yeah.
and you don't even know
The
them.
community's not getting behind you.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
we're so lucky with that on personal levels
Yeah.
and on, business sponsorships
Right.
for stuff like Mule Nation or things that we're trying to do for the community. Everyone
Yeah.
steps
Like we
up.
was talking earlier on your Mule Nation.
Yeah.
We finally figured out that we could do the because of our smart TV, we could go to the YouTube app. there.
PSA, we got a PSA for you.
Yeah.
Public service announcement.
Yeah, you could go to the YouTube app and just type in Mule Nation.
Yeah.
And the clarity of that. We'd been streaming before.
They'd been, so Angela, if you're watching, I'm sure you are, Gordy had been casting from his
Cell
phone onto his TV, which I know you guys did in the beginning too. And so he just learned that he could get on the YouTube app and search Mule Nation. And the clarity is way better that way.
Way better.
If anyone else is struggling with that,
give it a try. If you got a
download
smart
the
TV.
YouTube app. Yeah. It's really life changing.
It makes it so much better.
The whole time you were like, man, these guys stink.
Yeah.
Couldn't they get some better cameras?
Yeah. Mark will be talking and it breaks up and talking.
Yeah. What happened?
Yeah.
Like we said, we do still have connectivity issues sometimes, but
Every in a while we
Yep.
have issues.
Looks like you're doing the robot
we're
dance,
waking up. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you say?
What? Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
That's hilarious. Well, you want to move into our local weather?
Oh, we can.
Yeah.
We can. It's a beautiful day this morning. It's like a spring day out
Well, I think
there.
it was 60 whenever I come in already.
Yeah.
Too hot for this sweatshirt, I'll tell you that.
You're looking for a high of 58 today. Rain comes in tomorrow, and then the bottom drops out on Sunday. We're back down to 39.
Ooh.
And then 40s, low 50s next week, probably.
Yeah.
Have you seen the post where some of these people are posting, like, I think it was maybe 2013, had like 10 inches of snow or something like that, here?
This week or this
wow. 10 years ago.
Listen, I would be okay with it. I want a good snow day. I love these beautiful days like this, but I love a good snow day.
Back in 1977, we moved to Texas. That winter, I think it was 77 or 78. That's whenever they had that monster snow up here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, blizzard of 78?
Yeah, is that what it was?
I've heard of it.
I lived down south, and we were,
Getting snow down there.
well, not really snow, but it was sleet and ice
yeah.
and snow all mixed together.
And everybody, up home here was, oh my gosh, you can't even get in. They had to get bulldozers out and clear the roads out and stuff like that. I guess it drifted real bad, and stuff like that too. But I missed that, And we was in high school. We always, when you got out for a school day back then, of course we had to walk uphill and
both ways,
yeah.
to snow,
Barefoot.
Yeah, barefoot, yeah. And but I mean, we'd take off. I remember one time we was in grade school or high school, and those guys had a big snow school,
Yeah.
So we grab our sleds and we take off to some of the local hills. And
Oh yeah. Some of the best memories, I'm sure, right
yeah.
there.
Lucky you're still alive, but anyway.
We're glad you are.
Yeah. But I mean, it seems like you don't get those big snows like we
No.
No, I used to.
But global warming isn't a thing. We
No.
won't get into that. No. We won't get into that politics.
Can of worms.
son. I
Can
know.
of worms. Can of worms.
Let's transition into our local sports from the week. So we've had 2 girls' games broadcast this week and a boys' game, and then we have another boys' game, basketball game tonight. So Monday, the girls were at Carmi.
Close one. It was close.
Oh, they were
Man,
so
it was
close. I wanted them to be able to pull out that win. They've had a little bit of a rough start to their season, and
And a lot of injuries.
And a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
So it was just a few points they ended up losing by at the end of it.
Yeah.
So that was tough. And then Tuesday, the boys played at home
Well, they look good.
versus Flora. Yeah.
They look real
Coach
good.
said after the game, best defense he's seen in a
good.
long time.
Sometimes it just takes a little bit for them to get warmed up for
Right.
the season. The transition is really quick from fall sports to winter sports, and now they're hopefully finding their groove. So, and then last night, girls basketball versus Wayne City was a total blowout.
Yeah.
I mean, they.
Wayne City's down a little bit. It
Yeah.
was varsity only game
Right.
last night. So.
But do you see that schools, even in our area, have highs and lows?
Oh, yeah.
You only got 4 years to play these kids.
Right,
Just
right.
like colleges,
Yep.
stuff like that. But I mean, sometimes the mules and both boys and girls or stuff are just dominant. I mean, it's like, and sometimes it's like, well, they're just not that
Right.
dominant,
Right.
so-
We haven't got there yet.
Right.
So
Well, they're fun to watch.
Yes, they are.
I
You know,
mean,
they are.
and boys tonight,
Yep.
El Dorado coming to town.
El Dorado. Every time. I just got to sing it.
I don't think there's no love lost between elders.
I don't think so. No, there's been a little bad blood between those two.
We got bad blood.
You-
This is my life.
Okay. It does
Songs
not
in my
matter-
head
It
all
does
the time.
does not matter what word you say. She has a song.
Cool.
It's a
know-
problem. But God didn't bless me with a good voice. It's like a curse, like you're
You've got a radio voice, not a singing voice.
right. I'm not even sure I have
Yeah.
that. I've just implanted myself into
So
the
you
radio
saying
world.
I could say a word and she'll do a song?
Oh God,
You
now I'm
probably
nervous.
could.
Like Elvira?
Elvira.
Yeah.
Papa.
Yeah.
Every
man.
time when we had Elvira's here in town, you drive by it, or like Elvira.
What was that?
It was a
I
flower,
wouldn't-
or like an
I
Well,
out.
she had a flower place, and then she
Yeah.
also had a weenie wagon up here.
Okay.
And stuff.
Oh really?
Oh yeah,
A
she used
weenie
to-
wagon.
Well, whatever you want to call
Hot
them.
dog stand.
Well,
or-
she did, yeah, Polish sausage. And
Really?
all that. She really
Was
had a
she
good
the Chicago Dogs one, or that Ray's Dog House?
No,
that was
I
a
don't think
different
so.
one.
No,
okay.
no.
Because
she-
that's where Green Pig
and I
is
think
now.
many years ago, Elvira and her husband and stuff, they had set up one over at Mount Carmel too.
Okay.
And her daughter ran it for a while, but then I think they went to Texas.
Oh.
And they're down in deep Texas somewhere, I think down in there around Mission, Texas, in that area.
Yeah.
And her husband's not very good health. She takes care of him and stuff.
Yeah, I
like
didn't realize that. I mean, I knew I hadn't seen them around. I didn't
But-
know where they had
that.
moved
Yeah,
to.
she run a flower shop there where Barbar is.
Yep.
Okay.
That's where I remember it being.
Yeah.
But okay, we're gonna go into some upcoming local events. Give everyone a break of staring at our faces for a second here.
Everyone online chat is going, thank
Yeah, thank you. Today is the ribbon cutting and grand reopening under new ownership for Legs Manufacturing. Chad and Melissa Musgrave have bought Legs Manufacturing. Go out and support them and their new business venture. That is today at noon is the ribbon cutting. So
I think they're going to serve refreshments too.
yeah,
I'm
I
not
believe
mistaken.
so. Yep, light refreshments. Chad and Melissa do a lot for our community and are just truly, truly great people. Go out there and support them and their new business. Let's see. There is a winter mini market December 9th from 8 to 12. I believe I cut that off, I think. I believe it was. Trying to remember what vendor or what business that even was. We'll come back to that, the winter mini market. This one is fun. Shakin' the Shed tomorrow night, 12/9 at 7 p.m. out at Sork Farms. They're having Lee Bryce and Tyler Farr and local legend Lance Miller.
And
a
there
couple,
are tickets available.
Yeah, a couple other guys. They're coming to Fairfield, which is so awesome. There are tickets available. They are a little expensive, $150 each, but it's a very small, private, thing. So if you are interested in going to that, we do still have a few tickets available. You can reach out to me. My cell is 618-315-3611. Call or text. We'd love to have you out there. There's a lot going on this weekend.
It's busy this weekend.
It is. We have Hayden Brown playing tomorrow night out at JW Saloon at 8 p.m. If you haven't seen him before, he does a great job. Just country boy, stands up there with his guitar and plays some good jams. So go out and see him out at JW Saloon. Sunday is Cornerstone Community Church's Christmas Cantata, which is always such a beautiful service. It starts at 10 a.m. at Cornerstone. Go out and celebrate the reason for the season. We have the Wayne County Senior Citizens Lights Tour.
That's Monday, isn't it?
Monday,
Okay.
December 11th. And Rides Mass Transit's going to provide transportation. Pickup begins at 4:30. I believe to get added to the list of being picked up, you can call Libby up at the chamber. It looks like pickup locations are at the high rise at 4:30 and then City Hall at 4:45. I'm so glad they got that pulled together because it was kind of dropped this year, and Libby really took it upon herself to make sure that happened again. So that's a tradition we do not want to end. Another ribbon cutting on Tuesday, December 12th at noon, Tim's Bargain Depot, which is the old location of Mindy's Sew Shop. Go out and support him and his new business venture.
He got a little bit of everything in there.
He really does, from batteries to ride-on cars to toys, and it's furniture. He really does have a little bit of everything. So December 13th is Jingles at the Library. 5:30, FCHS Show Choir is going to perform Christmas carols, and then at 6 they'll have games, crafts, refreshments, a photo op with Santa, and reading of the night before Christmas. So it'll be fun for all the kids. Bring them out. I know Sarah McGehee is bringing her alpaca, aka reindeer, out to that too. So it'll be fun. I love that. Mindy's Sew Shop is having a ribbon cutting on Thursday, December 14th at noon at her new location on the corner of Main and First Street. So go out and support her. Libby has organized a ladies' night out for Christmas, Thursday, December 14th from 5 to 7. It's a good night to get out with your girlfriends, do some holiday shopping. Usually the local business people have good specials and deals going on. That day is hopping. December 14th also, Amanda Staley's doing Christmas cookie decorating out at Willow Creek Venue at 6 p.m. She does a great job. I mean, her food, her baked goods are delicious, but
any that are not good enough to
right.
If
you need
don't throw them away, bring them here.
If you need to pass them on, we will.
Yeah.
We will handle that for you. Raw Beauty House is having a holiday open house on December 15th from 5:30 to 7. They have lots of vendors coming in for that. Go check out Raw Beauty House. Sunday Fun Day at JW Saloon on December 17th from 2 to 6 with the Andy King Band.
I might actually be free
Finally,
this month for that one.
Finally. We'll see. We'll see. You always end up coming up with something to do.
Yeah, well, some excuse, right?
Yeah, some excuse. All right, and then I just wanted to do the murder mystery, Murder at the Derby. We've announced the date for that is March 9th, 2024. Tickets should be going on sale Monday, December 18th. So, yeah, get your tickets for that. It'll be a lot of fun. Murder at the Derby. Wear your big derby hats, and we're going to give away prizes for the best hat, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So excited for that. Let's see, local birthdays. I'm going to do some birthday shout outs. Happy birthday, Anita Vogel, on December 4th. Happy birthday to Derek Lee on December 5th. December 7th, happy birthday, Sarah Coker, David Williams, and Carson Baker. Happy birthday today to Kinsey Vaughn, Cheryl Musgrave, Matt Wells, Susan Brake, Luke Duckworth, and Arnetta Edwards. Happy birthday tomorrow, December 9th, to Jessica Sims, Tara Copley, and Chad Barbary. And then December 10th, happy birthday to Mandy Greppers and Van Musgrave. I'm not sure. Tom Levine sent me those ones in, and I'm not sure how to pronounce those last names, so I'm sorry. Oh, goodness. All right. Let's see. We got some moving into trivia. Gordy, are you ready?
Oh.
What's our questions for? What's our theme for today?
You got to finish the Christmas song.
Finish the Christmas.
I'm going to give you part of a line.
Ho,
you
ho,
got to
ho.
finish the line.
Okay.
We got this.
All right, number 1.
Okay.
I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a...
Holly jolly Christmas. I don't know if there'll
Yeah,
be
there you
snow.
I'm going to go with her
Yeah.
answer. Okay.
Okay.
Is that it?
That's it, yeah.
All right.
All right. Mix and a mingle in the jingling feet. That's the jingle bell.
Bell rock.
That's the jingle bell. That's the jingle bell rock.
Yep.
All right. Then all the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
You'll go down in history.
Yep. Mhm.
Nailed it. We harmonized so well.
All right. I'm dreaming of
White
with
Christmas.
every
Bing
Christmas
Crosby.
card I write.
Yeah, Bing Crosby. Yep.
People passing, meeting smile after smile, and on every street corner you'll hear
Silver bells.
silver bells.
Silver bells.
Ring a ding a ding.
I was singing it in my head.
Probably the church choir could do that. pretty
Yeah,
good there,
yeah.
that Cornerstone up there. with the
Oh,
bell choir.
definitely. They got their bell choir.
You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, "Let's be jolly." Deck the halls with boughs of holly.
Fa la 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 la.
Nope.
I want to say silver bells again. I don't know.
Rocking around the Christmas
Rock.
tree.
Okay.
Is that with what's her name? The little Brenda Lee.
Brenda Lee.
Brenda
Okay.
Lee. You know, she was 13 when she did that.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and they just this year is the first year it's made number 1.
Wow.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
cool.
I listen to I listen to 60s on 6.
Uh-huh.
Or yeah, 60s
Yeah.
on 60s on 73 on up on the
Right,
satellite.
yeah.
And they was talking about her. And also last night I watched the program, the last part of it, where Nashville, and they brought out Brenda Lee and she sung the last song.
Wow, man. I have been, because we've been moving, I haven't had internet, so I can't watch regular TV. So we've been pouring through DVDs.
That's
and
fun.
We watched last night the Saturday Night Live Christmas special.
Ooh, I bet that was good.
It was pretty good. All right, next one.
Okay.
There's lots of room for him in our 2-car garage. I'd feed him there and wash him there and give him his massage.
I don't know that one. That's you. That's a
your-
car
no,
one.
No, yeah, I have no idea.
I don't-
What is,
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Oh, I love that one.
oh,
Want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
I don't know if I
All
know
right.
that one.
I
very
didn't
good or not.
remember that line though.
All right. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel. You're a
Grinch.
monster.
You're a mean
one,
one, Mr.
Yep.
Grinch.
I watched part of that show the other day where he
It's
that dog
such a
with
good.
the little
Yes.
little
Yeah. Which one? The original, the cartoon, or
Yes, the cartoon,
Okay.
I love them both.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not too picky, but
Yeah.
they're good. It's got a good
and
meaning
the other one,
behind it.
the real one is with Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The makeup on that is so impressive.
One of my favorite Christmas songs ever came out of that movie.
Which one?
Christmas of Love.
Christmas of Love.
Little is a. I mean, how many Christmas songs can you sing? Can you think of that have a trombone solo? I mean, come on.
Classic.
Little Isidore and the something.
Something.
I can't remember. Imperials, maybe. I can't remember.
Okay.
All right. And my dear, we're still goodbying, but as long as you love me so.
That's Baby It's Cold Outside.
It
right?
is not.
It's not?
Let it
As
snow.
long as you. Oh, yeah.
Let it snow.
Okay.
All right. Here's my last one.
Okay.
He's making a list and checking it twice. He's going to find out who's naughty and nice.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yep.
Santa Claus
There you go.
is coming. Good job. Those
Yeah.
were
Oh,
fun.
I like the one where it's I forget what the name of it is. It's funny where they're all in the house and they're got to go to the store and get. What is the name of that?
Oh,
I listened to it the other day.
James Earl Keen, and I think not Big and Rich, but it wasn't Big and Rich. It was the other one. The guys from
Montgomery Gentry.
Montgomery Gentry
Okay.
did it. Gosh, I
It was
cannot think of the
hilarious.
name of it now.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's hilarious and stuff,
I don't know if I know it. I'll have to,
So you
look it up.
didn't have Grandma got run over by.
I did not. I did not.
My favorite is really that Baby It's Cold Outside.
Yeah.
I really must
And used
go.
to when our kids were little and stuff, there was like I had 8 or 9 nieces and nephews and stuff. Whatever year at Christmas Eve at my dad's house, we'd have to get in there and I'd get them all set in front of the tree from the time they was little bitty, and I was the conductor. You know what I mean? And I said, now whenever I
Right.
go up, you guys sing real loud.
Aw.
Whenever I go down, you do that.
Sing real
Yeah,
quiet.
and here a while back we was having a little party at the New Beginnings Church and had a Christmas party out there and stuff, and the kids wanted us to do that again.
Oh.
Okay, here we go, one more time.
That's fun. That's
yeah,
a fun
man.
tradition.
And I
Yeah.
got to looking here a while back. We had some Super 8 movies of when the
Oh,
kids were
wow.
little,
Aw.
and we took them over to Evansville and had them put on a DVD and stuff like that.
Good. I was
And
gonna
gave
ask
it to all
you.
the,
You know,
Yeah.
all the kids and stuff
While
like that.
while we have Christmas on the topic here,
Yeah.
shout out to the Chamber of Commerce for the Christmas parade last week. It
Oh,
was
that's good.
incredible.
That was
It
good. I really had a big time
was.
with that and stuff. That was fun.
It was. I think she had over 50 entries in it. And
Yeah.
It's my
You know,
favorite.
I'm
I
just
had
there
to
for the candy. I had to push
Yeah.
a couple little bitty, fourth,
Little
fifth graders
kids.
Yeah.
out of the way to get the candy, but that's all right.
You got to do what you got to
Well,
do.
you got. I mean, I was diving for Tootsie Rolls and stuff
Yeah,
like
hey.
that, and they were good.
Speaking of,
Okay. Speaking of Tootsie Rolls,
well, parade candy.
oh,
Parade candy.
All right.
parade candy. Okay.
So we typically do a taste test, and we've been comparing, generic versus name brand,
Okay.
and if it's good or not.
Okay.
Today I'm switching it up a little bit.
Okay.
I brought you both a regular Reese's cup and a Reese's tree. You don't have to eat it all if you don't want. But my question is, in my mind, Reese's trees and Reese's pumpkins are exponentially better than a regular Reese's cup. So I want you to try the regular Reese's first and then take a bite out of the Christmas tree and tell me
If there's a difference,
if there's a difference, if it's
because they should be the same.
better, it should be the same. But I'm just not sure if it's just the hype of you can only get it once a year. Right? I'm so glad you like Reese's. I was nervous.
How Muggsy used to do that.
I'm making you guys eat because I have a complex of eating on camera and chomping from the microphone. I know. They need a drink of water for sure.
While I'm eating this up, I had a little story.
Okay.
Things happen. You just don't, And I have a partial. So sometimes when you eat caramel or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Get stuck in there. Yep.
So here a while back, about 2 months ago, all of a sudden I started getting sick late in the evening. I told my wife, I said, I'm hungry. So it wasn't 30 minutes later. I was in the bathroom and I was just projectile. I mean, just
We had it
do
too.
that, and you flush the stool, and you do that, flush the stool, and I come back, sat down on the couch, and I go, my partial's going.
Oh no!
You puked so hard that partial came out. Oh, I feel
That
it.
wasn't the bad part. The bad part was I flushed it,
It was gone.
and it was gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you had to call Hayes, didn't you?
No, I mean it was. You know, I thought about.
Brought out the old snake.
Yeah, it was. I was thinking about
All right.
having the top taken off the fishing thing there. in
So
the fish
now we
fish.
gotta
Okay.
try the.
Take a bite out of the tree and tell me what you feel.
Okay.
I mean, I think a lot of times it's the marketing of it. It's the supply and demand that you can only have it, once a year.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I think the chocolate's different.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It
was
feels
thinking the same
smoother,
thing.
right?
And
I was thinking the same
this
thing.
here chocolate, maybe the peanut butter may be a little bit different. Used to you get these
There's a little difference, yeah.
yeah.
the chocolate covered sticks that you get at the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that peanut butter inside there, it's not like the original one,
Really?
you know.
So it is different.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Although a little more research
Yeah.
Right.
would be helpful.
You
I
got
should have
one?
brought more to
Yeah.
confirm.
No, that's all
I
right.
did bring one regular
No, no.
Reese's. This was all I could find
And-
out of
and,
the
you know-
parade candy because I was like, we could do, but so I just brought the small
No,
cups
I mean they
instead.
were.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of difference.
There is. I think there is a little bit
Right.
of difference and stuff.
Well,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
there is some truth to my
My
thinking
wife, she
there.
uses me a lot. You know, she'll get something out of the icebox. Gord,
Does this taste
taste
okay?
it. It's okay. Is this milk all right?
I do the
Or
same.
she'll take a drink and go,
Yeah.
here, taste this.
Taste this, yeah. I do the same thing to my husband. He has a
Yeah.
gut of steel, though. Like, he can handle it. I get grossed out really easy. So I'm like, you try it. You let me know.
And, you know, many years ago, she got COVID,
Uh-huh.
back 2000 probably or something. And she was one of them that lost her smell.
Oh, yeah.
And it took a long time before it ever,
Oh, mhm.
and if she see it, I don't
Smell
think.
this.
Yeah, and come back proper, stuff like that. And I'll walk in the house and you're cooking cabbage? You're cooking beans? What do yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the weirdest thing. I lost my smell and taste with COVID as well. And I mean, I would just, give me that vinegar to smell. Give me that apple cider vinegar
Just
to taste.
something
Just to see,
just see
like,
if it, yeah.
well,
Is it-
wake up my
Is
senses.
it coming back?
Right,
No,
yeah.
it's
Nope,
not.
still nothing.
And, but I mean, COVID's done, gone. That's good. It's gone.
Yeah.
I
hope
think everybody
so.
or brother had it, so-
Right, right.
But-
It's not as scary anymore anyways, hopefully.
Right. And,
but-
that's just like a lot of people. I think you get the flu, you get the flu. You get, you get it, and you get it, and you get over it and stuff.
Yeah.
And I know some people do have struggles with it and stuff. And
Yeah.
my wife, she's only got like a lung and a half, so she has to be careful.
Oh, yeah.
And the doctor says you need to get a flu shot,
Yeah.
stuff. You need to get whatever she does, so she does.
Yeah.
Well, then I gotta make sure I get them.
Yeah.
And then
So you
the
can
doctors
keep her
tell her over
safe.
at Barnes that even in January you need to take another one
Wow.
because
Yeah, new strands
Well,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
whatever.
that.
So-
Yeah. Wow.
so-
All right, question of the day.
okay.
Have you finished your holiday shopping?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, I have to buy one person.
Oh, well, hey. You got it done, though.
It's done.
Great
I like-
job. I am struggling this year. I have bought absolutely nothing. I'm so behind. I'm going to be the one that's on Christmas Eve scrambling
at Huck's.
at Huck's, wherever I can find open. Christy, can you let me in? I've put it off way too long.
And
Ah.
well, of course, being I'm semi-retired,
Yeah.
we was over at Mount Vernon the other day and went into Menards.
Mm-hmm.
And Diane says, "Don't forget, Gord, you got to get a man's gift." Okay. Okay, stuff. So I found the
You found
perfect man's gift there.
Nice.
I can't tell what
I was
it
going to
is
Okay.
say.
because our thing is Saturday. Next Saturday.
Okay.
All right.
And, but I mean, you don't want to get something. Everybody always gets little drill bits and socket sets and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Somebody-
Find something better than
Somebody
that.
bought
yeah.
me one year, and it's happened more than once. Somebody bought me one of those little bitty levels.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
they're about this long,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm constantly losing them. I bet I bet I've lost a half dozen of them over the last couple 3
Oh,
years.
that's good. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And then when I find them, it's exactly where I left it.
yeah.
You know?
Find all 6, she'll be golden. You can
I
start
know.
giving those out for
Exactly.
Christmas
I
I
again.
know.
Regift them. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
right.
Do you guys regift?
We always play that game at our family
Oh,
Christmas
Okay.
party.
yeah.
Where you
Mhm.
you pick a gift. And
Yep.
then You go through and you can steal it. Or,
That's fun.
And, you know,
sometimes it gets violent.
yeah, you know,
Oh,
Diane
yeah.
the other day, she's in that Quilts of Valor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so Lisa Konopathic, she's just a pretty intelligent lady for some reason, you know, and I don't know how she works at it or what she does. But anyway, Diane said she had a 4-page thing written out for their up at Cheryl's quilting stash up there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And their thing. And you know, they would go through different things, and a certain person they'd swap gifts, and then how, and stuff like that. And then it come down to the end where if you've quilted and bound almost 300 quilts, stand up. You know, well, that was her and Cheryl.
Yeah.
You know, and they gave her a little special quilt there and stuff like that, you know, and that they had put together and stuff. But Diane said this was the funniest thing. That she had,
So much
and
fun.
Lisa had done that all on her own. And you know, done the thing. And we've had that too at ours and stuff where, okay, and you pass to the left, and you pass to the right.
Yeah.
And then you know, go 3 times or whatever like that and stuff like that. And it's pretty fun.
I always get confused in games like that.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
Pass to the left.
So
Now go this way. You know?
So-
go to the right. Now go the other way.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law, Angela, is Cheryl's sister.
Exactly.
And so at Major Family Christmas one year, all of the sisters made quilts. So when we do that, we have a girls, you know,
Right.
random presents
Right.
that you pick from, and then there's the boys one. Well, the girls had all the quilts, and I mean, I have never seen presents getting stolen more than they did that year, because we all wanted the quilts. And I ended up with one that Lori made, and I absolutely treasure it. I'm obsessed with quilts. I have
Lori Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an addiction.
Lori
But
Taylor,
yeah.
Lori Taylor's married to my cousin.
Oh, we're related on all aspects, you know. Vaughn
Yeah.
Simpson's
Yeah.
now Majors, and the Taylors, I
Right.
guess. But
And the Quilts of Valor, they've asked me along with Diane, being I'll drive her out there, Sunday at the lights.
you guys are doing the Festival of Lights.
The Quilts of Festival doing the Festival of Lights.
Yeah.
We're there next Wednesday.
Next
Are ya?
Wednesday,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be working the wrestling match that night with Nick Carter, so I won't get to come out and help with you, but it'll be fun. I'm excited to cover some more wrestling.
So
this
you guys
year.
cover wrestling matches?
Oh,
Not all of them, but
Not
we
all of
do
them,
some. And I actually had a conversation.
How do you? And he's got him in a.
That's why we bring Nick Carter on, because he knows a lot about wrestling, and you know, he reached out beginning of the year and after Ari had passed, and he said, I really still want to be involved. I enjoy doing it, and I'm going to be going and watching those boys anyways, you know, so we're excited to have him on, because Mark and I, we wouldn't know how to call a wrestling match,
Did
you
you
know.
do it last year?
We did.
We did a couple too,
Yeah,
I
a
couple,
think.
3 last
The
year.
Yeah.
Alexander boy?
I don't remember. Alexander? Peyton Allen.
Peyton Allen. That's
Yeah.
one. I was like, yeah,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
He's
Fran Alexander's grandson.
okay.
Which is Randy
Yeah.
Taylor's
Okay.
sister. Okay, that's my cousin.
Well, and the Taylor
Yeah.
Taylor boys, Lori's boys, they were great wrestlers too
Is that
back
right?
in the day. Yeah, they I think they both, I want to say Ryan maybe went to state. But yeah, Peyton Allen, he helped us with Mule Nation too, and he was fun to watch and watch wrestle, and did a great job.
But see, that's where you guys, I think this little community here and stuff like that, you guys cover a lot of stuff for this.
We try to.
And where you go to some other towns,
Yeah. It's the big football games, or you know.
that's it. I mean,
yeah.
now they just don't have nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times have teams come here and on live chat we'll hear from
Yeah.
people, fans of the other team.
That you- right.
You know,
Right.
well, even last year for the super sectional volleyball.
Yeah, we did the super sectional volleyball game that we weren't playing in. Townsend had asked us if we would broadcast
Oh, yeah.
it, and it was one of our biggest viewed of the year.
Really?
Yeah, because it was they were from out of town. A lot of people couldn't travel.
Right.
And so we broadcast it, and they got to watch it. And towards the end of the season, like the playoff football games, those are always huge too. Let's see, Pena. When Pena came down, that was we had over 1,000 devices
Really?
watching at one time.
Wow.
And so yeah, it's been fun, and we really try to do the local parades and do the arts, when they have band concerts and, that type of stuff too. And we're targeting the grandparents or the people that lived
Right,
here and moved
exactly.
away. And, it's not to
Yeah,
steal
because
from.
you guys a lot of times ask, okay, where are you from? Or something like
Yeah,
that. And it's
let
like,
us know.
Yeah, they're down in Florida watching or something like that. And stuff. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's cool.
We've had
Gary Gain when he was in Africa.
Africa, Australia,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, all over.
Russia. I think we had Russia
Yeah.
one time.
Yeah, it's
Really?
Yeah.
it's just
Amazing.
really, really, really
And-
neat to see.
And you go to all these car shows like we was talking about a while
Yeah.
ago, and you're going here, you're going there. Everybody's downtown is you go by and it's vacant buildings.
Yeah.
Vacant buildings,
Ours isn't.
And we do have some vacant buildings, but I think this
We have
little
a
community
great.
is got some good stuff going. And I like seeing people going out and saying we're going to try this.
Yeah.
Just like card shop over here and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm
And
sad.
I know they're having to, but I mean, how do you know if it's not going to work or
Right.
not?
You got to
Don't
try.
Yep.
You got to try. And I sure love our downtown. And,
Mm-hmm.
we have the solar eclipse coming up in April, and I'm hoping we bring in a lot of people for that.
So are you guys going to
and
broadcast that, and were you
Yeah.
just all of a sudden just
Don't stare directly into the
we've
TV.
We've got a pair of specially designed sunglasses, a lens cap for our cameras,
Yeah.
where we can just.
Hey.
So who's going to be selling the sunglasses?
I
I
think
know-
the chamber.
I
is-
know the chamber's
Oh,
going
really?
to.
Yeah.
Yep, they have some that they're giving them out to all of the school kids, and then I believe they'll have some to sell as well. They've bought quite a
Well,
few.
The last
so-
big one was really good down south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had friends and family come down there and watch it at our place down south.
Oh, cool.
And they're Double M campground.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cloudy, and all of a sudden, right before the thing, she just cleared off real
Oh,
nice. And we got
good.
pictures of all of us standing there, with our big glasses on and stuff like that.
Looking super
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, that's a fashion statement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
But
we
I
all
don't-
have to wear them if we want to be able to see afterwards. so
This town better get ready because when we was down there, we waited 3 hours. I think Mike and Roma Potteroff did before they headed back this way.
oh yeah.
And it was probably still.
It was still
Busy.
jammed up.
Oh,
I mean, and that was the little roads.
And that wasn't, that's not right over us. I remember there was backup at the traffic stoplights here, and it wasn't even over us last
Right.
time. So
That was just people trying to get back home, back up
Yeah.
north, back here.
Right.
And I mean, it's going to be,
it's gonna be crazy.
hang
gonna
on.
be big.
And the guy down there was renting out spots for a tent. Mm-hmm. For a tent. It was like a 12 by 12 or something like that. That's all you got.
Yep.
I mean, they did have a bathroom at the thing and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I think it was $25. You had to pay with a credit card and no returns. If it was
Wow.
rainy and everything else, that's just too bad.
Wow, $25 for a 12 by 12.
Yep.
Farmers,
Yeah.
just a little hint. But that's the scary part. Is it's in the middle of, right?
It's the middle of planting season.
Yeah, planting season, and it's the middle of spring where it could just.
You don't know if you're going to get a downpour, a
flood.
gully
Right.
washer, whatever you want to call it.
And I mean, around here, we kind of have a lot of 95% or 98% respect for the farmers when they're doing. Don't be driving out across his field and stuff like that. They just
Yeah.
got it planted or something like
Yeah.
that. But you may get somebody out of the northern realm of Illinois
Yeah.
that may come down. Well,
Well,
let's just drive out there and we'll park out there.
There's
and
an
stuff.
open field.
Yeah,
Let's
there's an
go
open field.
on
Let's
in.
drive. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting.
I'm worried about. I've talked about it before, but GPS. People following their GPS, trying to get somewhere, and just driving off into a backwater, or you know what
Yeah,
I
but
mean? Like
might happen.
Turning
That doesn't look very
left,
deep.
turning left at the tracks down. You know.
or like one-way streets, y'all. We got
Yeah,
one-way
one-way streets,
streets.
yeah.
Like everyone be on high alert.
I heard a guy in the restaurant the other day from out of town. He was griping about our streets. I don't know how they drive in this town. Good God! And I thought, this is the easiest town to
It's-
drive in I ever seen.
It's not that hard. Yeah.
One way.
One way.
You know, you know,
Yeah, I've been a lot more confused than I have here
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
for sure.
Oh my gosh. Well, I guess that's all the time we have for today. This
Yeah,
we're
went-
done?
Yeah,
man.
went
This
well.
didn't hurt at all. You know.
No, I told you it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, it worked out pretty nice. You know.
I'm
and
so-
I got candy.
You got candy. You got a new Mule Nation shirt. You're
Oh,
like,
I'll be wearing that to the next home game.
By the way,
Yay.
that parade candy,
Look at that.
that I hope that was from the Christmas parade and not something like last year's Veterans Parade.
I'll
or
never
something.
tell. I'll
Okay.
never tell.
Yeah.
Listen, Maddox will be mad if he knows that I stole
kidding.
Reese's from his stash. He is a Reese's boy.
You know, everybody
but-
has their favorite.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Know,
Yeah.
You know,
He
I'll
takes
die
that-
for Tootsie Rolls. Just,
Really?
Oh
That's-
yeah, man. Yeah.
My mother-in-law's a Tootsie Roll girl too.
Yeah.
And the boys will pick them out of their parade candy because they don't
Yeah,
like
like
them
Tootsie,
and
yeah.
take them over to her like they're
I've
doing
only-
something special.
I've only got my hand run over one time. You know.
Oh my goodness. Well, Gordy, thank you for
Yeah.
joining us.
I enjoyed it.
On It's a Beautiful Day in Fairfield.
Yep.
And thank all you guys for watching and tuning in for our podcast today. Tune in next Friday at 8:30 a.m. for Sheriff Chris Odie.
Yep.
He was supposed to be on last month and had a little bit of a
There was an issue.
situation that he had to get to. And
Chris is a good
so, yeah, we're excited to have him on next Friday. And we will see you all then. Have a wonderful weekend and enjoy this beautiful day.
That's it. We're done.
That's it. We're done.